Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. I have just about got this new camera dialed in. The colors are true, the lighting is sufficient, the detail is excellent, and we're looking at big upgrades in the previous camera's overall quality. Thanks for bearing with me while I worked through those tech issues. Today we are discussing a watch worthy of the occasion. It's the Omega Speedmaster Racing Coaxial Chronograph. Launched in 2012, 40mm in stainless steel, this watch was part of a family of multicolored racing-inspired dials. This is a motorsports-inspired chronograph. In contrast to the aviation and aerospace-inspired moon watches, this watch is dedicated to going fast for those who prefer wheels to wings. On my 16cm circumference wrist, it's an easy one to wear as well. This is really the revival of the long-loved and lamented 39mm Speedmaster Reduced. Gone since 2009, it's reborn effectively in a 40mm case. And although it looks thick, 15mm thick is not as thick as I imagined. I was thinking more like 16, 17. Lug-to-lug, it's a supremely wearable watch. 46mm from lug-to-lug. This is an easy one to wear, and you'll find that even if you include the solid end links, it's about 53.5mm across the wrist. So I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14cm in circumference. 19mm is the spacing, so the spacing between the lugs 1mm larger than the old Speedmaster Reduced. They're close in size. This watch is a little bit larger. It feels, looks, and is better built. Starting with the bracelet, which frankly is everything you would expect a modern Omega bracelet to be. It's solid, it's substantial, it's a handsome compromise without any real compromise between sports and dress. You can see the polish, the staggered links, the oval cross section, all of this giving it the appearance of a dress watch, but the substance of it, the tight tolerances, the large individual center links, and the feel in the hand, as well as the fixture by screws of all the individual removable links, speaks to a robust sporting bracelet. You can see the hallmark of a great sporting bracelet, plenty of gaps on the underside to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. The clasp, befitting what is effectively an entry model, is more elemental than what you'll get on some of the other Speedmaster models, although substantially better than anything available back in the era of the Speedy Reduced. You can see the swing arm is entirely milled out, as is the clasp itself. There are 3 different anchoring points inside the clasp, so you can fine-tune the size without removing links, and instead of a clamshell or a friction fit system as on the older Speedy Reduced, here you get a twin trigger system just like any Seamaster. Wonderfully secure. That's a sports watch clasp for a sports watch bracelet. Jumping on to the crown side, you can see this is not like the Reduced because it does not use a modular chronograph. It is an integrated chronograph based on the Valjoux 7753, and that's why you have a pusher adjuster on the case flank for the date, because by going with the 7753, which gives you a classical balanced tri-register layout with a 7750, the only sacrifice is that you do lose the quick set. It's replaced by a pusher on the flank. The case band is familiar to Omega fans. Lyre-style lugs, satin-finished sheer flanks, and polished expanding bevels at the flanks of the case. The bezel itself is polished on its underside, and then on its top, you can see it's a tachymeter, anodized aluminum, silver, red, and black, the ultimate sporting tritone seen on many mid-century motorsports chronographs of the 20th century, and you can see that it's nicely sloped. Unlike the flat tack on a speedy professional moonwatch, this one's sloped and conical. You also appreciate the design of the dial is distinct from just about any other Speedmaster. There is a frosted or opaline treatment on the center dial, and although the other watches in this collection feature a vertical satin grain, the frosted, almost pebbly texture of this center dial seems as if it cannot be anything but inspired by the crinkle frosted red cylinder covers, the actual valve covers of Ferrari and Maserati products. If you've seen the valve covers above the valve gear, which sits just above the cylinders themselves, you know exactly where this treatment comes from. There's a cross hatching on the registers themselves, which feature white on black print, as does the rest of the dial. Note that the individual indices are bounded by black, a handsome distinction and great attention to detail that makes them pop against the red base. The center dial is stepped up from the track outboard, which is used to measure seconds and minutes. The hands at center are varnished white to stand out against the base, and there's a nicely hidden date at 6 o'clock. The watch does feature stop seconds, so hacking seconds. It features a chronograph function, a 52-hour power reserve, unidirectional winding. It is both a coaxial escapement and a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. It has been converted from the cam system of a standard Valjoux 7750 to column wheel actuation, so when you are actually cycling through the chronograph functions, It is very crisp. You hear it and you feel it. Upgraded with a free sprung balance, upgraded from the standard 7750 with an anti-magnetic SI14 silicone hairspring. You get 5-position adjustment for that chronometer certification. This is a very good timekeeper, and it has the exotic George Daniels conceived tri-level coaxial system with the tank-tough base of a Valjoux 7750. All of this water-resistant down to 100 meters. And again, it does feature that stop seconds functionality. You get every refinement you could wish for in a timepiece that brings back the best of the Speedy Reduced without any of the cost-cutting compromises. A luxury watch through and through, and the racer's alternative to the Aviator's Speedmaster Pro. This is the Speedmaster Racing Coaxial Chronograph. The Speedmaster Racing. This red dial and its color-coded counterparts in the collection, truly the modern successors not just to the Speedy Reduced, but to the great Speedy Reduced Schumacher collection. See this one and make it yours on the Watchbox.